Hi guys, it's me. Today we're going to be doing a look from this Your Golden Colourpop palette because I got this a while back. I haven't had time to play with it yet, so we're going to play with it together today. So I started off with my tinted moisturizer. This is what I use. I'm going to set that with some Becca Hydro Mist powder because I don't want to put foundation on today. I'm not feeling the foundation today. Where's the rest of my brushes? Found them. Not feeling the whole foundation thing today. I'm literally just doing this video to play with this palette. So since my tinted moisturizer, if I add a good bit of it, does give me pretty good coverage, I'm going to just set it and forget it. So I'm just loading this brush up with powder and I'm gonna dust it all over my face. Because I am going to put some powder contour and highlight, and if I don't put anything over that tinted moisturizer, it'll stick and look really, really patchy, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to set it. Next, we're going to take the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I use the anti-aging one, not because I feel like it really has any anti-aging properties in it, but just because it keeps my eyelids from getting as dried out as they do with other primer potions. This one for me still keeps the shadow from creasing just as long as the other ones, but then I don't get those dry patches on the outside of my eyelid like I do. If I do makeup several days in a row, my eyelids will get so dry that I literally cannot put eyeshadow on them because it just rolls up and it's gross. Okay, so now that we've done that, I have a little bit of darkness under my eyes, so today we're going to cover that up. Sorry for the glare of my mirror. And I only put concealer where I see the darkness. I feel like for me, when I do the whole triangle section of the eye, that it actually doesn't do as well as if I just conceal the darkness. Because I feel like with the whole triangle, you can see all the light, like around here where I didn't need the lightness, and then it's still dark where it's dark. So that kind of defeats the purpose in my opinion, so this is why I do it this way. Alright, and again with the Becca Hydro Mist, but this time on a smaller brush. Sorry, I didn't say what brush I used first. Was the Morphe M401. And now I'm going to go in with this guy, which is a Morphe E48. And I'm just going to set that. I'm going to be kind of heavy-handed with the powder, because I want a thick layer under there so that if I have any fallout from my eyeshadow, I can just dust it away. Alright, so I've been looking at this palette for a while now, and I feel like these 4 colors I really want to play with. And I don't really know what kind of look we're gonna get out of it. I'm just gonna kind of do what I feel, and if it's ugly, then oh well. But I want to play with those 4. So those are the main 4 that we're gonna be using right here. This peachy color, Remote. This tan color, Cruise. Sun's Out, and Bayshore. And we might use some of this up here that says Rum Season, that glitter. That just looks really pretty. Like we're gonna have to play with that tool. Take my Scott Barnes 61 brush, this fan shaped brush, and go into Cruise. Tap off the excess, and I'm gonna put it right in the crease. Just blending back and forth, and then slight upward circles to help blend. Alright, now I'm going to take the color Remote, which is that peachy shade, and I'm going to stick a little tighter into the crease. Whereas I kind of blended this all up around in here, we're going to keep this down in here. just back and forth. Sometimes I like to open my eye slightly while I go back and forth. I feel like that makes the crease just hug my brush and keep it in place. And slightly pull up. Now that we have that done, we're going to take our MAC 239 brush, just a little shader brush, flat shader brush, and I'm going to take the Sun's Out color, and I'm going to put that on the inner third of my eye. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. I didn't expect that to be so pigmented. Okay, so that inner third turned into inner half because that's pretty. Wow. I love that. I'm gonna take the other side of my shader brush and go into Bayshore, which is that really bright gold color. And I'm gonna put it on the outer portion of the lid. Not being too particular about blending. It's pretty harsh, as you can see, but we'll go in and fix that later. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is add a little bit more Sun's Out, the blue teal-ish color on this side, and just what I have left over of the golden color. So you can see I have one color on each side of the brush. I'm gonna go in over where we already have that lighter color, right where the two connect, and then I'm gonna flip the brush to the gold side and to the lighter side, and I'm gonna go back and forth, flipping the brush until I have it blended. Same thing on the other side. Now I'm gonna take my Scott Barnes brush again, back in the Coral Remote shade, and go just right over the top of these two colors to blend that out. So if you wanted to darken it up or deepen it up, you could take one of these darker colors like Prime Time over here, Private Beach, any of these nice dark shades, and deepen up the outer corner. But today I don't feel like doing that. I'm not really going out and doing anything. Like I said, I just wanted to play with this palette and play with these colors on camera for you guys. So I'm gonna be done, but if you wanted to deepen that up, I would take, again on the Scott Barnes brush, just dip into one of those colors and go on the outer corner and maybe up into the crease a little bit with it. But I like it like this, so I'm gonna leave it. So I like this Morphe 431 for my inner corner, and we're gonna go into, since we're gonna do the glitter, let's go into this shade On Ice, and then we're gonna put this one, Rum Season, over top of it. So I'm gonna go into the shade On Ice, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner, like so. After I get most of my product off my brush, as you can see it's gone, pretty much I like to drag it up just a little bit to blend. I feel like this brings the light into the inner portion of my eye a little bit more and makes it look more bright. All right, now I'm gonna take my finger in this color Rum Season. Just gonna get a nice little bit on it there. And I'm just gonna tap that right over the On Ice shade that we just put on the inner corner. do the same thing on the other side. And kind of just blend out the edges. Morphe M581 brush. It's just a round, pretty dense, but still a little fluffy. I don't want a crazy contour today. You know what? I should probably dust the powder off my face from under my eyes. All right, so now I'm gonna take this Natasha Denona Contour and Sculpt. I like the shade 04 Dark. That's what it looks like. And I'm just going to swirl my brush in here, tap off any excess, and I'm going to lightly place in the hollows of the cheeks and drag it up to the corners, sides, corners, whatever you want to say, of my forehead, and blend. So I like to take, when I first have my product on my brush, I like to take and place the product and then buff it in. I don't get my brush loaded up and then dab and blend. I like colors that are very pigmented. As I said, I use the darkest shade in this because I don't want a thick layer of makeup on my face. I just want a light wash of a very heavy pigmented product. Because for me, I feel like that's just what I like. It's easier, it doesn't look cakey. I don't like a cakey look to my makeup. So, nor do I like a cakey look for my clients. So, pigment, lay it down, blend it out. Alrighty, now that we're done with that, I'm going to take my Morphe E53 brush. This is what it looks like. It's kind of fluffy, but then tapered it in. And I'm going to go into my personalized MAC blush palette. And I'm going to go into the shade Copper Tone, which looks like this. It's a little more, there you go, that's more true to color right there. It's a really, really pretty shade, especially for summertime, which we're not quite to summer yet, but I'm gonna wear it. So I'm gonna smile to find the apples of my cheeks and then just kind of swirl this on here. Such a pretty color. And I'm gonna go a little bit across the bridge of my nose. Kind of gives a sun-kissed, like you've been out in the sun look when you just take a little across your nose. I don't always do that, but sometimes it's nice. Next, we're gonna go into our Fenty Beauty highlighter. This is Lightning Dust and Crystal Fire. I'm probably gonna swirl both of them together with my Morphe M510 brush. Just a nice little highlight brush. Swirl those together. And apply to the tops of my cheekbones, and I like to go over my eyebrow tail. Works so pretty. Okay, and I want something a little more golden to pop right on the tops of my cheekbones there. So I'm gonna go back in this eyeshadow palette and take the shade One Way right here on my highlighting brush that I just had, the Morphe M510. And I'm gonna swirl it in there. And we're just gonna pop it right here on the tops of our cheekbones. And a little bit in here. That's really pretty. I don't know if you can see how that just gave that nice golden glow, but I love that. That's exactly what I wanted. And FYI, anytime you want to use an eye product anywhere else on your face, it's gonna be safe to do so. If it's safe for your eyes, it can go on any part of your face. So just because a color is recommended for your eyelid doesn't mean that that's the only place it can go. There's often times that I like to use different eyeshadows for highlighters. It works nice. It works nice. Let's look at the same on it. Do you like my coffee cup? One of the girls that I coach gave me this beautiful coffee cup. Is that not so pretty? It's so pretty. Or I think I want to do a little bit of eyeshadow on the lower lash line. So I'm going to go back into the Coral Shade Remote with my Morphe M508 brush, the little flat shader brush. And I'm just going to buff that remote shade on my lower lash line. Yes, much better. Love that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go and do my eyebrows and my lashes. Don't think I'm gonna do eyeliner today. I think just brows and lashes. And then I will be back. Okay, so this is with brows and a very light coat of mascara. So I'm gonna add lashes, but if you weren't gonna add lashes, I would recommend a little bit more mascara. I put a really light coat because it's easier for me to get the falsies on with less mascara than more. But anyway, here is with no lashes, and I'll be back to show you with lashes. But before I do that, here are the brow products I used. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel in soft brown all over my eyebrow, and then I took the Brow Wiz pencil from Anastasia and did my tail because my eyebrows kind of lack a tail, so we baked that tail there. And yeah, these are the two brow products, so I'll be back. Oh, and mascara is MAC 3D Black Lash. I don't even know if they still make this. I've had this for a really long time and I just recently opened it, but I'm sure if they don't have it, you can look up a dupe for it. But yeah, MAC 3D Black Lash Mascara. So here's the finished look with lashes. So guys, that's it for this look today. Hope you enjoy it. Hope that I was able to give you some tips and tricks. If there's anything else you would like to recommend or suggest, please do so in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.